What's up, YouTube? Motherfucker, man. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys had a great holiday season and safe New Year's. Another season that came to an end was Supreme Fall Winter 17. So we're gonna kind of go back week by week and do a little review just on what pieces we liked, pieces we copped, and just go like that.
So this Supreme season, the first week was actually on August 24th and then went all the way to December 28th.
So week one started off with a bang for sure. You had the Nas tee, which everyone kind of went for. Just that picture or Supreme photo tees are so popular, it doesn't matter who's on it. Also you had the Crash tee, which was pretty sought after as well, just from the lookbook.
Shovel also dropped this week, the closable shovel, collapsible.
Another piece I liked a lot, and I wish I would have got it now, just looking back at it, was the blocked hooded sweatshirt. And you'll see a picture of it on the screen, but just the Supreme in the middle looks really sick and clean.
So week one, we counted and they dropped 80 things. That also includes the boxers and stuff that Supreme drops every week or every season. Personally, my favorite would be the Nas tee. It's a classic. I mean, everybody went for it and it was one of the most sought after items, so.
Of the whole season, it was besides the box logo, probably the most sought after thing. I think my favorite piece was probably the block hooded sweatshirt I was talking about, or the Crash tee. My little brother got the Crash tee in a medium, and we both wear extra larges, and it actually fit me, so it runs really big if you guys happen to get it.
So week two was a little lighter than week one, obviously. There was, I think, only one collab, and it was the Dr. Martens collab. But that week, or the week two, actually dropped the sake set and the chopsticks.
Both those pieces were collector items, so they were sought after from resellers and people that are trying to collect them for just their Supreme collections. Besides the chopsticks and the sake set, another piece that I liked was the compact logo hooded sweatshirt. I don't know why I like all these hoodies, a fucking TV show. So, besides the chopsticks and the sake set, another piece that I liked was the compact logo hooded sweatshirt. Personally, I kind of like the light pink color, and I'm not like a flashy kind of clothing guy, but the light pink looks really sick for some reason.
So for me personally, this week was kind of weak. The only thing that I really would have gone for or liked personally was the cam cap, just because it had the basic box logo and it came in a bunch of colors, including the camo. So now moving on to week three.
So week three was a week of the blimp. A lot of people went for that. Again, kind of like the sake set and the chopsticks, kind of for collector's pieces. And then another piece that had a lot of controversy was the SB Air Force 2, or the Supreme Nike SB Air Force 2. It sold out really fast for people that were trying to resell it, and then resale was like nothing on them, and people just don't like it. I think it's mostly the colors, other than like maybe the orange. The other colors were kind of trashy in my opinion.
One piece that I know I went for and definitely liked a lot was the hooded hockey jersey in the Gucci colorway, the black, red, and green. Cream and gold on the front and a 19 on the back.
I like the kind of Cleveland Cavalier colorway as well of that hooded hockey jersey.
Yeah, other than those items, there wasn't really much of interest in week three, so moving on to week four. Week four was trash. There's nothing else to say about that. There was like...
It was the first collab.
Well, no, because the Doc Martens and the SB.
Yeah, like that, first like full like.
Yeah. So week four was the week that included all the items with the words all over the place, the rainbow and the black and white.
It was also the collab, or the collaboration between Hysteric Glamour and Supreme.
Honestly, that week there's nothing of interest, unless maybe one thing that's kind of cool. Oh, that's a belt. Never mind. Fuck, I was gonna say if that's a lanyard, then that's kind of cool because Supreme doesn't do lanyards very often. But yeah. Personally, if I could pick one item for personal, it'd be the Fuck You sweatshirt, just because it's the most basic and simple. Obviously, it'd be hard to wear out in public because it says "fuck you" like 9 times across the front.
Yeah, all those old ladies maybe giving you looks like, oh, young man. I don't know, kind of going back to the sweatshirts, I like the Supreme and Hysteric Glamour hooded sweatshirt. I didn't go for it just because.
The one with the red, white, and blue on it, not the one that says "fuck you."
Yeah. went for it. But it's really hard to pay $160 for a hoodie that you kind of like. So that's probably what my reasoning was.
And speaking of price, our roommate actually picked up the Fuck You Faux Fur coat, which was what, $400?
$400. He sold it right away.
Yeah, and I don't think he made a whole lot of profit, did he?
No.
He made
$20 off of it, I think.
Yeah.
But $20 is $20. So week 5 of fall winter 17 was a little bit better than the previous 3 weeks. They're kind of stepping their game up a little bit more. They had the Supreme Vans old school with the blood and semen colorway, which was interesting just to see like what it actually was. Made it a little bit kind of weird. And
one thing I honestly see of interest is the two-tone Henley tees. Obviously being made of Henley, it's really good quality, and I actually didn't see these when they dropped. If I did, I probably would have went for like I can't tell if that's white or gray with the red sleeves, or the like Charlotte colorway with the blue and the purple.
Piece that I also really like is the zigzag stitch panel crew neck. I like how it's kind of just like a colored block. Like you have the white and then the blue. You also have the navy, then gold. I like that navy and gold a lot. Another piece that I like is the plant tee as well. The colorway I liked on the plant tee would be the gray. It just kind of flowed with the Supreme down here and the plant above.
It's like a low-key Supreme flex piece because it says Supreme, but it's not like screaming Supreme, obviously. Now moving on to week 6. So week 6 was a little light on the hype pieces other than the warm-up pants. They actually dropped in the yellow camo, which was the Brooklyn box logo tee, or that matched the Brooklyn box logo tee, so.
I don't know, the only thing that's kind of catching my eye on week 6 is the velour diagonal logo, long sleeve like top almost. I don't know, I really like that red and white, just kind of classic Supreme colorway.
Yeah, I like the black as well. Only problem I have with Supreme's long sleeves is the sleeves aren't tight on some of the tees. And I don't like long sleeves where the cuffs aren't tight, so.
That's a good point.
Can't stand like the loose cuff feel on hoodies or t-shirts.
I like loose, so like around here, but like tighter on my arms. Week 7, Supreme stepped their game up following from the other weeks. They had the Stone Island collab, which was really sought after, really expensive pieces, but man, it was worth it.
Alright, so this week, the Stone Island collab included a sweatshirt which retailed for $323, an anorak that released for $648, a top for $120, which personally is my favorite piece.
Yeah, me too.
Either in like the red or the green, even though, honestly, all the colors.
I like the olive color a lot.
The tee was $120, I don't know if I said that already. The sweatpants were $260, the puffy jacket was $1,000, and the 6-pin was $66. So a little on the expensive side, but honestly one of the best collabs of the season for sure.
A little on the expensive side? Holy shit, it was expensive.
Yeah.
Besides the Stone Island tee, a piece that I liked a lot from the lookbook on this week was the Excellence hooded sweatshirt. I kind of like the plain colors, so just the black and then I think it's white. Yeah, I like the black and the white color on that.
Another one that I like is the Arc Logo Thermal. I like the camo colorway, to be honest, with the Supreme on the chest. Probably a super warm piece. Nice for like the fall or something,
So this week I went for the hooded sweatshirt and the top, and I didn't get either of them just because they sold out super quickly. A lot of people like Stone Island, a shit ton of people love Supreme, so when those two mix up and collab with each other, you know it's gonna be a hot release. That was week 7, so moving on to week 8.
So this week, week 8 included the Scarface collab, which is actually one of my favorite movies. So I definitely liked pretty much everything in this collab, especially the lamp.
Yeah, I like the lamp too.
And personally, I wish I would have went for the split tee for personal, because I definitely would have kept that, but I didn't. I missed out this week, and I'm pretty upset.
Besides the Scarface collab, my favorite lookbook piece dropped this week, and it was the hockey pullover jacket. It's like a hoodie.
So sick.
Yeah, just that Gucci colorway again.
Oh yeah. I like all the colorways, to be honest.
There's
The
no
blue,
bad colorway.
the black. I don't even usually rock orange, but the white, orange, and black is sick too. I think the only thing that held me back from copying this piece was the price tag. It was $200, and I wasn't just ready to drop $200 on a hockey pullover yet. If it had come in a later week, I definitely would have copped for personal. I'm so pissed I didn't go for that.
kind of on that hockey thing too. I really like that Supreme hockey jersey. There wasn't really any value in it if you're trying to resell.
I just like the look of hockey jerseys.
Yeah,
so.
I like that hockey jersey and how it says Montana on the back, or Tony Montana, and then 83. I'm guessing that's when Scarface came out. You think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it has Montana on the back, and then 83 because the movie came out in 1983.
Now moving on to week 9.
Week number 9,
Week
baby.
motherfucking 9. Week 9 dropped a lot of bags. Also some North Face stuff.
I think the most hyped item by far this week was the New Era reflective logo headband, especially that kind of Brooklyn box logo. A lot of guys have posted like flex pics with the headband on, the Brooklyn box logo, and then those warm-up pants we talked about from a couple weeks back.
Now, this week was also controversial because the price of the North Face. So when North Face does a Supreme collab, obviously the prices are going to be higher, but this week was way higher than it should have been, I guess I should say.
Right.
The puffy jacket was $1,100 for like the most basic North Face piece. Duffel bag was $400. The pullover was $160. The backpack was almost $300, and the fanny pack was almost $150. So.
And I think it was expensive because the pieces were leather. Yeah, just the leather is really expensive, and North Face is expensive in general. So when you collab with Supreme, it's kind of like Stone Island. When they collab, it's going to be expensive. But this...
A piece that slid by a lot of people was the parka, actually. It was a $350 parka, so it was on the expensive side. But if you have the money, I think it's a cool piece. It's also a super subtle piece. It doesn't say Supreme, I don't think, anywhere on the jacket other than maybe like the sleeve or something, but it does have a giant cross on the back. It's also reflective, so if you had the money, I think this would have been a cool parka to have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so week 10, we were disappointed yet again with Supreme and Nike. Whenever you hear that there's going to be a Supreme and Nike collab, everyone kind of perks their ears, but we were disappointed for sure. Holy shit. Look at this. What is going on? Fire. Yo, the Nike, they're perked up for the Nike collab. They heard it was fire, but it was not.
Jesus Christ.
That's really good. Just like turn the music on.
It took them so long to get through that fucking cake.
It's too long in that car.
I don't know what we were fucking saying because the fire truck had to happen. I think we were talking about how trash this week was. The only thing worth mentioning was the logo half-zip pullover. Obviously, because it dropped in the Brooklyn Box logo, like the yellow camo. Also dropped in orange and black, which both are sick, but obviously the yellow camo, I think, takes the crown on all 3 colors.
And a piece that I liked a lot from this week, I didn't pick up. And a lot of people didn't pick up, and I think it was mostly pricing because it was at $160, was a Supreme and Champion ARC logo zip up. I like it. I don't really like zip up hoodies, but I really like that hooded logo of Supreme, and then the Champion underneath it. It looks really sick. If this was a normal hoodie, I think it'd be really hyped up.
Alright, moving on to week 11, Supreme did the Akira collab. I've never seen the movie, so I can't really talk much about that.
It was a show, wasn't it?
One of the two. I think it was both.
Okay.
But
People
like I said, either way, I have no idea what it's about. I didn't go for anything kind of for that reason. The guy I work with actually got one of the tees for resale, but that's about it. They dropped a lot of stuff with that collab.
That was a very big collab. I think the most hype piece was the Neo Tokyo skateboard, just because it had that Supreme branding with the like atomic bomb almost. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know, or like a meteor or some sort of cool design. I don't know. It's super hyped though.
A lot of people like that. That was also kind of a collector's piece as well.
I think the pill trays did alright too. I think those sold out fairly quickly. There's like the rectangle one and then the circle one. So
yeah. The arm hooded sweatshirt this week, I liked a lot. The guy was wearing a a box logo in it, and that's kind of how Supreme showed their branding. It was very subtle, but it was really cool how we did it. So that was week 11. Moving on to number 12. This was the Everlast, the boxing, the robe, and the mat.
The robe actually retailed for a lot less than what I thought. It's only $170 when in reality I would have guessed more around upper 200, but...
And that was in the cheetah print and then the classic red and white.
Honestly, nothing else from the week grabbed my eye. Obviously, Everlast did the collab and included the mat as well, but...
It would have been sick if this came out before the Mayweather-McGregor fight. I bet if one of those guys would have worn that out. Just because right now in the NBA you see like Kelly Oubre and J.R. Smith wearing the Supreme armbands, and Oubre wearing it as a leg sleeve. So it'd be cool to see like a boxer wearing this out to the ring.
Like we said, super light week. Not much to say, so I guess we can move on to week 13.
Yes, sir.
So week 13 included the Independence collab, or Independent collab. A skateboarding brand, so it's kind of cool to see Supreme kind of back in its roots, back in like the skating scene.
Another piece that a lot of people went for was the stainless mug, just because it's functional and it's Supreme. Like, people are crazy about that stuff, so why not? That was $44, so that's pretty. I don't know, you see like these Yeti mugs that are like $44, so if you could get a Supreme piece for the price that is like a normal item, might as well go for it.
Personally, I'm not a skater, so I'm not into any of this independent stuff. If you were, a lot of these pieces would be cool, but obviously I tried to stay away from all these pieces for personal, so. So I guess now we'll move into week 14. Week 14 was also kind of a shitty week. It included the Timberland collab, which was extremely hated on, I think, just because they didn't.
Yeah, so the website we're looking at on the drop list kind of has the most liked items first. So the Timberland boots are way down here.
They have 4,000 likes and 15,000 dislikes. So once again, another week that wasn't very interesting. They did the Vanson collab where they did the full biker suit. Retail was absolutely ridiculous. The gloves were $250. The jacket was $1,400 and the pants were $1,000. So, I mean, if you have that piece, I guess it's the best flex piece of the season just because it costs so much for retail that nobody really, I think, went for it. The Mofis did pretty well, the charging things. So those retailed for $98 for the 20K and then $88 for the 10K.
I really like the Sacred Hearts camp cap too. I'm not much of a camp cap guy, but this is just kind of a really cool piece. I have that Supreme kind of box logo branding, but then just the heart with the sword through it. It looks really cool. Week 15. We are another crazy week, even more hyped than the Stone Island collab. We had the North Face and Supreme collab.
And a semi-reasonably priced North Face collab.
Yeah, you're not talking
previous one, so.
You're not talking $1,100 jackets. You're talking, $500 jackets, $400 jackets that resell for $1,100.
And they also look way cooler than the previous North Face collabs that dropped this season. These featured like the mountain print all over, super sick pieces. We actually got one. We got the Baltoro jacket. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's our first video that we ever posted. So link will be in the description. Go check that out.
Yep.
All right, week 16, the biggest drop of the season, biggest, most hyped thing ever. This was the box logo.
Box logo week. Most people missed out on these.
Obviously.
I think bots just took over on this. I was looking at like the Japan sellout times, and every single colorway sold out in 2 seconds. And
shockingly enough, what was it? The rust colorway, the brown with like the light blue. I think what sold out first or sold out second. It was really high up on the list. I assumed it would have.
So I think what a lot of people did is they didn't go for the more hyped colors like the gray and orange and kind of the yellow and red, and they went for the lower hyped, and a lot of people did that thinking that they get it. But
which made the worst colorway sell out first.
Yep.
So Personally, the gray with the orange is my favorite. It's also the most liked on here, so I assume other people agree with 21,000 likes and only 26,000 or 2,600 dislikes.
Besides the box logo, the only other piece that people went for was the Supreme and Nike shooting sleeve. But that sat for forever. I think it sat for like 10, 15 minutes because everyone was trying to get for the box logos. And the site crashed forever. Yeah. I remember I got right on 10 o'clock and refreshed the page and it like would not open it. Mm-hmm. I was pissed, but and then when I got onto the site, everything was sold out, but the shooting sleeves were still there, and that was at like 10, 12 at that point. So people were trying to resell that. I don't think that really resold for anything just because it sat forever.
I think it did get more popular after it was worn by actual NBA players, but before that, I mean, I don't think there was very high resale on those at all. Other than that, really nothing else dropped of interest, so I guess we'll go ahead and move on to the next week. So week 17, the New Era box logo beanies dropped in every colorway that the box logo hoodie dropped. Super sick if you got both.
That would be crazy.
They also dropped the Fender, which was extremely expensive. It was $2,000. So if you're really into guitars and really into that brand or whatever, and a Supreme head or a hype beast or whatever you want to call it, that was definitely the piece for you. Not for me. I don't play guitar, and that's also way out of my price range.
It was super limited, and resale was really high on that. I also saw a tweet from a guy that got it, but Supreme forgot to send him a key so he couldn't open his box. And I thought that was really fun.
This week I actually had a lot of good pieces. They had the Arabic logo long sleeve. I actually liked the 700 fill down tape seam parka. What else dropped? He picked up the fire tee that dropped that week, and also the Christmas tree dropped that week as well. Did I say tree? I meant to say Christmas tee.
You didn't get that Supreme Christmas tree? Shit, boy, that was clean. I really like the Supreme Champion Sherpa line hooded jacket as well. I don't know why, I've been really into Champion lately, so I love that Supreme is collabing with them. That had the same kind of branding, the Supreme, as the zip-up hoodie had, which I think is sick, so they should keep doing that for sure.
There was a dog shit tee that dropped? Yeah, I was paying attention to that, that's for sure.
Yeah, nobody really went for that. Christmas tee leaked like a couple weeks before, and it just like turned everybody off of it, and instead of turning everyone on, as you can see, is what they're trying to do, I'm thinking, but it was gross. There's no way I was getting that.
As we come to the end of the fall-winter season, this is what, week 18? There was very little things that dropped. The Scarface leather jacket, which was rumored to only have 75 pieces, released due to, what was it, like a printing error or something happened to where they only released 75. That released. The chair released that I can't imagine very many people went for because it was $6,000.
The Arabic face mask, we got that.
Yeah, most popular piece, I'd say. Clippers dropped, which is pretty cool.
Is that when they restocked, or did they drop it?
I'm pretty sure those were released before or something.
Yeah, I think they restocked, but we never really went over it. All right, so wrapping up, Supreme Fall Winter 17, week 19 had like six things based on our, I don't know, I think Supreme could have spaced out everything a little bit instead of dropping 80 things week 1 and 6 things on week 19.
Maybe added a week or 2 in there.
Yeah, that ratio was awful. But Sled dropped that week.
After being what, like pushed back
like 2 weeks,
multiple times. So the paperweight was that week. Obviously didn't release to the public. It was, I think, friends and family only. That honestly was my favorite piece. I wanted it for, or not personal, but I wanted to cop that. But unfortunately that didn't happen, so.
I think it was cool that it was actual money in there too.
Yeah, I think they said it was 100 on top, 100 on bottom, and then just 98 ones in the middle.
But other than that, I didn't really like anything that week.
No, there wasn't really anything that dropped.
No. I didn't even try for anything that week.
Sled, obviously I have no personal use for a sled, and resale would have been awful because it's so big and bulky that shipping would have just ruined resale anyway, so. That wraps it up for Fall Winter 17. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next season for Spring Summer 18.
If you guys like the video, please give us a comment and thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.